I'm still shocked about it. I think especially the American thing, I wasn't expecting to have to kind of, deal with the American side of things for a while. That took me way by surprise. The UK, I mean, it exploded there and I was still coming to terms with that, and then it was getting radio play and I hadn't even gone to America yet to start promoting. So, I mean, just very exciting. There is a track on the album, in case you missed it. There's a really big gap at the end. So you have to listen out for Left of the Middle. I've had this panic attack that people are going to like stop at that track and not hear the last one because I left this big gap. You got to be careful what you ask for. When I made the record, one of the last songs I wrote was Left of the Middle. And I don't know, for some reason it felt like an afterthought or an after bit. And I wanted it as kind of a separate thing to the album. So I made them leave this. I said, can we leave a gap, before the last song? And they said, yeah. So you got to be really careful what you ask for. I'm my worst critic, so I don't need to kind of reconfirm all my insecurities by reading the reviews. In the UK, I don't know about in America, but definitely in the UK, I got off lightly because I came from television, so I was expecting a lot of flack. I mean, I really had my fists up. I was like, okay, they're going to really dog me. But they didn't. They were pleasantly surprised that, that I could sing. As far as concerts go, rock and roll, I saw a benefit concert. I can't remember what the benefit was, but it was Midnight Oil and In Excess and a lot of really cool bands. But I was so excited to be at this outdoor concert. What I remember is they had these big tarpaulins where they throw people up in the air, and amongst the crowd, I was like 13, I got pushed on this tarpaulin and thrown up in the air. I just remember looking at all these big bikers, like with beards, going, yeah, and like throwing me up in the air. So that's my strongest memory of my first gig, not the music. I guess it's a double-edged sword, being attractive. I wouldn't disfigure my face so people would take me more seriously. It doesn't bother me. I think it's a gift and it's great. I mean, and you have to appreciate these kind of things. Sometimes, yeah, you have to struggle for people to look beyond that. But it makes you work harder, and it's a challenge, and I take it on. It's certainly not something that gets me down. My surname Imbruglia, as we all know, was abbreviated to Imbugia, to Imboogie, to Boogie, to Boog. So I went through high school being called Snot. That's what it means in Australia. Boogie. Snot. Well, the most common one is Imbruglia, pronouncing the G. But I mean, it's just the nervous look on people's face when they're like, especially when I'm getting interviewed, like, I'm here with Natalie Imbruglia, and they just get nervous. I think if they just relaxed, it would just flow, but, I think it's part of a critic's job to compare me and slot me and put me in a little box. So, that doesn't really bother me. That's happened to me as an actress as well. She's this type of person, I think the Alanis Morissette comparison. I'm a girl, I'm young, some of my songs are about love and some of them are angry. That's all it takes these days to have a comparison to Alanis Morissette. I'm in good company, she's brilliant. No, I don't have a computer. My tour manager said he's going to sell me his laptop. So I'm really excited to get into it. I'm gonna try. But I studied computers at school, but I have to admit I don't know what I'm doing. So it's going to be a new thing for me.